A long time ago, in a quiet Igbo village, there lived a man named Okeke. He was a kind and hard-working farmer, loved by everyone for his patience and good heart. One day, he met a beautiful young woman named Nneka. She was graceful, with bright eyes and a warm smile, and Okeke fell in love with her instantly. Okeke asked for Nneka's hand in marriage, and her family agreed. But there was a secret Nneka and her family kept hidden. Nneka could not have children as a result of her wayward lifestyle, which she exhibited in the city before returning to the village. Her family didn't tell Okeke because they feared he might refuse to marry her. Nneka planned to tell him after some time, but as the years passed, she never did. Okeke and Nneka lived together as husband and wife. He loved her deeply and believed they would one day have a child. Many years passed, but no child came. The villagers began to gossip. Some said Nneka was cursed, while others blamed Okeke. Friends and family advised him to take a second wife, as it was common in those days for men to marry more than one woman. But Okeke always refused. God's time is the best, he would say with a smile. He trusted that one day, they would have a child. Meanwhile, Nneka started blaming Okeke for their childlessness. "Why do you think we have no children?" she would shout. "It's your fault. You are not man enough." Okeke, wanting to keep the peace, would apologize. "I'm sorry, my love," he would say, even though he had done nothing wrong. This went on for many years. Okeke remained loyal, and Nneka kept her secret. The couple grew old together, with no child to care for them or do the chores. One evening, after a long day in the fields, Okeke returned home and overheard Nneka talking to her mother. He stopped by the window, listening quietly. Her mother's voice was stern. "Nneka, what you did to Okeke is not fair," she said. "This man has spent all his youth with you, believing that you would give him a child. Yet, you've kept his secret all these years. You've grown so heartless. The plan was to tell him after a few years, but you've taken it too far." Okeke felt his heart break. Tears filled his eyes as he realized the truth. Nneka had known all along that she couldn't have children. She had let him hope and wait for something that would never come. The next morning, Okeke gathered the village elders and told them everything he had heard. The elders were shocked and angry. Keeping such a secret was seen as a great betrayal. The villagers held a meeting in the village square. Everyone came, including Nneka and her family. The elders listened to both sides of the story, but in the end, they agreed that Nneka's actions were cruel. "She robbed him of his youth," one elder said. "She let him waste his life waiting for a child that would never come." The village decided that Nneka would be banished for her deceit. Her family begged for mercy, but the elders were firm. Nneka had to leave the village immediately. Okeke, now an old man, was heartbroken. He had loved Nneka deeply and had remained faithful to her despite the gossip and advice to take another wife. Now, he was alone. The villagers tried to comfort him. Some even suggested that he could still marry again, but Okeke shook his head. "I'm too old now," he said sadly. "All I can do is live the rest of my life in peace." From that day, Okeke focused on his farm and spent time with the children in the village. He told them stories and taught them about the value of honesty. The children loved him, and they called him Papa Okeke. Though he never had children of his own, Okeke found joy in being a father figure to the children in the village. He forgave Nneka in his heart, but he never saw her again. The villagers often told Okeke's story as a lesson to others. They spoke about his patience, his kindness, and the pain caused by Nneka's secret. They learned that honesty is always the best path, and that trust is the foundation of love. And so, Okeke lived out the rest of his days in the village, surrounded by the laughter of children, his heart at peace, knowing he had done his best.